Hey, ma'am. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Hello.
Made sure everybody got it. And there's, oop, let me make sure. Yep, there's invitations sent out. Everything is good.
Good.
Yep, everything went out. I just wanted to double check everything. Yep.
All right. Here we got some people coming in. Good evening, Miss Patrice and Michael. Welcome. Hope everybody had a good day. Give everybody a few minutes. Good evening. Good evening. All right. Good evening, Miss Beulah, Michael, Patrice, Tracy. Good to have you all here tonight.
Just resent them just in case. But I did confirm with her.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, hopefully they'll be able to join. I think it's gonna a good conversation. Tonight, guys, we've got Kendra and Miriam is invited to come this evening. She's one of our 10K project founding members. So much like all of you, been with us from the beginning. She's done some really cool things over the last couple of years. But she's got a new position with the Chamber of Commerce, and we invited her here to kind of talk through that, especially for those of you that are business owners, kind of talk through the value that the chamber brings and just chit chat a little bit about that process. Miss Beulah, yes, ma'am. So glad to see you here on a Monday. For some reason, Miss Beulah was having the hardest time getting the links for this Monday session. So I am so happy to see you here, my dear. So very happy. And Tracy, you're here too. I thought about you the earlier today. So when we hosted the session where we were talking about the marketplace coming, and we've got some updates to give on that because we have been blessed beyond belief with something. So I'm going to share that. Um, But on that session, you said, can we donate to 10K? And I was like, nope. Right. And I said it quick too. And I meant it. Right. Like, nope, we don't need the donations. But today, someone sent me a fundraiser selling popcorn. And I was like, ooh, a fundraiser. I don't want them to donate, but they can buy some popcorn for 10K. And so I did a little popcorn fundraiser campaign, and I'm going to put the link here, but I also put it in our Facebook group for those of you who follow us there. So if you want to help 10K with a little funding, buy some popcorn. We always like popcorn. This particular company, they're called Double Good. Their popcorn actually is really good. So this is a way you can help us if you are inclined to.
Not 2 tons.
2 tons of popcorn.
No, ma'am. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Oh, goodness.
That's like that Costco trip. I don't know where you put all that stuff.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's give the update while we're waiting for Kendra and her business partner to come. So we talked to you guys about the marketplace. Gosh, I feel like that's been 3 weeks now, maybe. Mm-hmm. And so we contracted with a gentleman to help us flush out kind of a marketing plan for launching the marketplace. And he did a good job, right? We showed that to those of you who remember when Audrey Taylor was the marketing director of 10K Project. She was actually on staff here when we started. And then she ventured off to start her own business, a business that you guys got to experience last Monday. She came and she talked about Easy Flow CMO. That is Audrey, who used to work here at the 10K Project. And so Audrey has a marketing and branding background. It is her passion. When I tell you passion, it is her passion. Like, she wakes up, sleeps, eats, breathes marketing and branding. And so we're telling her about the marketplace and what we were doing. And she was like, oh, I'd love to see what he put together for you. And so we sent it to her. When I tell you, she analyzed that thing and built it up on steroids. It was absolutely phenomenal. First of all, she took the time out of a busy schedule, right? With a new business that she's trying to grow herself, took the time to love on us a little bit. And then she and I were talking yesterday because she was helping me get my stuff set up on Easy Flow. And we were talking, and I remembered Talisha's words in the back of my head saying, you got to stop making everything seem like it's, rainbows and sunshine, right? And so I thanked Audrey for what she did. And she was like, oh, because she had sent it a couple of weeks ago, and I hadn't responded back to her yet. And she was like, oh, I wasn't sure if you guys liked it. I was like, liked it? Man, there's not even a word to say what we felt about it. Liked is an understatement. And I was like, listen, the fact is we need it. I think we should pause the marketplace launch because the way you describe that we need to launch this thing and that how we need to build out everything is absolutely what we need to do. And now that we know that that's what we need to do, it just doesn't even it seems like it's bad business to do it any other way, right? So you already have the master plan. Why would you, no offense, but why would you initiate something less favorable than that? It would be, we would be terrible business people if we did that, right? It's one thing to say we did what we knew how to do, right? Or, we worked with what we had, but now we know better, so you're supposed to do better. And so I said, work through the phases of how we need to launch this and tell me what it's going to cost. And I was like, I'm telling you right now, we going to be out there with the Salvation Army man in a minute.
Not compete with Christmas. We can't compete with Christmas. I'm telling you now, that's not going to work.
If we can, I may need a payment plan, but let me know what you, and for those of you who know me in real life, I am big on your price is your price, right? I'm not that person trying to nickel and dime nobody. I'm not trying to talk you down. I believe in the work we all do as entrepreneurs, and your price is your price. So And I know how to walk away, right? If I can't afford it, I know how to be like, it's not my time. So I said, give me your price, and you know, I may need a payment plan, but I'll pay your price. When I tell you, within seconds of me saying that, Miss Audrey Taylor, Easy Flow CMO, new founder herself, right? New business herself, said to me, I believe in what the 10K project does and the people that you help, and I won't charge you a thing. I'll start working on it today. I tell you, your girl started crying like she's a little baby. I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like I tell you, the waterworks came out. I had to reach for a napkin because it was just kind of like, and you know, it took me a minute for it to register, right, what she said. So I think at one point, and we were on Zoom, I was staring at the screen, or actually on Google Meets, and I was staring at the screen, and I know she probably was waiting for a response. It felt like forever for it to register. Like, did she just say free? I know what she's worth. I know what she's worth, right? We used to pay her. I know what she's worth. So I was like, did she just say free? And then it hit me full force, and I was like, my God. I was speechless. So as a result of that, Audrey is going to work on our marketing and branding, right? Because what I also learned from Audrey is that you can't really have one without the other, right? It's like you can't do the marketing without the brand. You can't do the brand, but so she's going to do both. And the plan that we had really focused on marketing, not the branding part. And so, very, very grateful. What that means for the community is we're not going to launch as fast as we were going to. But what that also means is that you get a better product, we get better end results, and at the end of the day, it is win-win. It also is, for those of you who are business owners, you'll also get to see what Audrey does. You'll see it in real time here with us. So if you want to implement these things with your businesses, you know, I don't want to rehash what they talked about last week because I know Talisha enjoyed talking to Audrey and they talked about a lot, but I don't know if they told you guys how much we're saving by going with Easy Flow CMO. We got rid of, I believe it may have been 7, but I know for sure 6 applications.
7. Mm-hmm.
7. So 7 applications we were able to get rid of. But that's 7 other places we were paying, 7 other accounts we had to keep track of. 7, you know, like, and she does it all. We were able to cancel those 7 other applications. And I think we're still saving like $80 a month by going with her biggest package. When I tell you what she's built is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm not just saying that because I feel so blessed by her. I feel so blessed by her, but I'm saying it because it is absolutely true. When she and I spent some time on Friday, and she was walking me through my setup, things that I hadn't even paid attention to when we saw the full demo and when we kind of set up the Talisha's account, like I didn't even pay attention to it. And then on Friday, when she was showing me something, I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that it does that. She was like, yeah. I was like, oh my, like literally, I keep seeing new things that it does. And so it's going to allow us to do things better, like send these invites, right? So Ms. Bueller, you don't have to, right? We're gonna get to the point where you don't have to worry about not getting the stuff anymore. And just the way we communicate emails and making sure you all get our emails and making sure we get your responses and we can, you know, have automations in place so that we can respond timely. Just all the things that we know we need and we've known we've needed. And we just, you know, there's just the 2 of us, right? So you can only do so much with 2 people and who have other businesses and other obligations. And so the fact that she is going to pretty much automate this thing. I don't know if you guys saw hi, Kendra. I'm just chit-chatting until you came on. I'll wrap up in about 2 minutes. I don't know if you guys saw the post that Audrey made yesterday, I think it was. Where now the darn thing is a virtual AI assistant. I was like, I'm done.
She highlighted that in our talk. So if you haven't seen the video, you need to go back and watch the replay. But she talks about it. She was saying at the time, she's like, oh, maybe I should just test use you But she was just launching that as the AI assistant. And it is really, I mean, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. And all the products that are out here on the market are doing that now. But having something embedded in a product that you already are using is much more effective than having something external that you now have to integrate or finagle to make it talk to you and give all the information. Now it's kind of built in. And there is something about having things that are coordinated for each other and having a singular place to go to. It's easy.
I'm telling you, and Talisha, I mean, talk about the timeliness of it. I feel like Audrey in this season is like the 10K Project Angel, because I just told you I reached out to
Yes.
the virtual assistant company in the Philippines because something had to give. Like I couldn't, all the balls are juggling, and right now they're still in the air, but one's going to drop and hit somebody on the head soon. I just told Talisha that. And like a couple of weeks ago, I, was starting to reach out to some Filipino virtual assistants because, and so for those of you who say, why the Philippines? Why you ain't going to somebody black? Because we cost too much and the Filipino people don't. So that's why. Y'all know I love the people, but the people in the Philippines can do what I need them to do for $5 an hour. And the people in America want to charge $55 an hour, and I don't have it. So just this is so timely that now we've already implemented Easy Flow. We can add that feature in, and this season of 10K Project is turning out to be something amazing. And I'm so excited as we enter into the 5 years of doing this to see it, even though it's a challenge, right? We ain't going to sugarcoat it, seeing what it can be and how it can be simplified and how business can be simplified and still be tough, right? I mean, right? We don't have to touch everything 3 or 4 times. All right. We're gonna jump into this conversation. Miss Kendra's here. She's a business owner, so she know all about this, right? She's also a 10K Project member from day one. I think Kendra was like the 10th person that bought her membership when we started this thing. So she's been here rocking with us since the beginning, like many of you, and we are beyond grateful for each and every one of you. Miss Kendra, I wanted to bring you on and talk about everything you're doing. You've got so many cool things going on.
Yeah.
I know we talked about the chamber being like a main conversation for tonight, but we're going to talk about all the things tonight.
Oh, good.
Yes. Let's start by telling the people who you are, what you do, and help them understand your greatness.
Absolutely. First and foremost, thank you so much for having me on. Like, this really just feels like an update on, okay, guys, this is what's going on. This is where I am now. First and foremost, I did want to address, the situation that you guys are in now. I think it's so beautiful how, the answer is to lean in. Right now, what's going on, like the answer is really collaboration. If we're going to make it in business, it is collaboration. It's boggled my mind that we've been trying to figure out how to thrive in a system that was never set up for us to thrive in. We really had to start building our own and just have examples of it working. The foundation literally has already been built. We don't have to recreate the wheel. We just connect with the right people and lean in. Like the sister just came on board because she's like, I believe in what you believe in. That's where it is. This past Saturday, I was at the with the Congressional Black Caucus. Kamala Harris, she came into Atlanta. They were rallying. These people flew in from Rhode Island, from North Carolina, from California that morning because it was important to show up and to be there and to do the work. So that is the time. So just a little bit about myself, guys. Life happened. I quit corporate. I just quit working and went into nonprofit because I have 2 little girls. I am a single mom, and life just was happening to me. And it just came to a point I had to stop life and figure out what direction I was really going in. So God put on my heart, She is the Village. She is the Village is a nonprofit I created, founded it, and it's for single mothers. I serve them in the ways just to support us through this journey. A lot of times we're burned out. It's difficult. So I provide services like food, transportation, transitional housing, but my main thing is self-care and therapy. Because when I changed my mindset, that's when my life changed. That's when food and transportation and housing was taken care of because my mindset was right. And I got self-care together. I had to take care of myself first and foremost. So I know mothers need that. Single mothers really need it. And then I hire other single mothers to provide those services because we need a village. Every woman needs a village, especially a single mom. So that is what my nonprofit represents. And that is what we're doing. We've had events already. We have one coming up December 14th. I'm recognizing single mothers, even godmothers and aunties too, because they are too. So that is my event, December 14th. If you guys want to help, please do. sheisthevillage.org. You can go there. But for the purpose of this meeting, let me just stay on topic. I just want to give you guys some background. I am the Finance Partnership Director of the Greater Georgia Black Chamber of Commerce. We are a member of the National Black Chamber of Commerce as well. So with that, my specific organization, because let me let you know about a chamber. It's a lot of us. It's a lot of us here, especially in Atlanta. And it's easy to get it confused what your chamber does and represent. Now we are here to be your aid between state, your local, or your city. We teach you how to do commerce, how to do business, and also how to build community amongst the other businesses that are in your community. We give you access to the resources. And when I say resources, it's the connections, the partners. Say, for instance, you wanted to get your designation to start doing, business with the state, the government, or even the local level. You have to get designations. That's your DBE or your MBE, your designated business enterprise. Now, guess what? If you get that, they automatically give you the minority. That means if you are Black, Hispanic, Asian, white, you can get these contracts. Notice I just paused there because that's who get these contracts. So if we are able to get ourselves these designations, we allow ourselves to compete at the levels that we're able to. Now think of a woman that is Black and that is a veteran. Have that woman on your team, you can pretty much get any contract that you want. The position that I serve in, I work with my senator's offices. I work with these congressional members. So I know what's coming down the pipeline before it even hits the news, before it hits your communities. I know what's coming. So that's what the chamber serves as. Right now, we are doing that program. That was my initiative for this year. I'm launching 30 businesses. I need to get them certified. What I have done, partner with the Department of Administrative Services. They're going to launch it off by teaching them how to set up a SAMS account and how to do business with the state. I then partnered with GMSDC, WeBank, Women Business Council. These are organizations that do the certification program. They fund it too. So now it's free for my women to do it. They'll do the application process. And then I have suppliers who actually give the contracts. They are going to come in, let them know what kind of contracts they're offering, because when you know how to structure your business correctly, you can compete right. So that's the position that I'm serving in because I get it. And I know I have the heart of servitude to help. It is important to have the right people in place to really push what you want to do, because there's people out here still in spoiled systems. That's why we're not moving forward. And this is a time the wealth transfer is happening. Most of us was here with cryptocurrency, so I don't have to beat this message in your head because we know it's happening. We see it's happening. So that's a little bit about me, guys, and that's what I do. I'm open to questions, how I can help. If you're interested in the chamber, I'm ggbcc.org, ggbcc.org. So let's open it up for questions.
Let's open it up for questions. So Kendra, first of all, amazing. And I wanna go back to She is the Village also. I'll go back to that in a moment. Actually, I feel that we're gonna spend more time on that because my spirit is telling me that we need to dive deeper into that as as someone that was a single mother with a village around her, I know that that made all the difference in my life. And so I want to go back to that. So we'll talk about the chamber for a moment. How
Yeah.
how did you get here? I mean, like because you left out the fact that you used to have a tax planning business, like you've done this entrepreneurship. You used to have a cryptocurrency company, right? Education companies. Like you've done a lot of things. How did you
Yes.
get into government now?
Um, God, let's just say God did it. That is all I can say. Like, I guess with the tax company, you know, you'll build your relationships. So with being there, I know, hey, you're going to be with the chamber. Signed up for the chamber. I started building relationships with the other companies. The president just saw me show up and she was like, hey, I love your spirit. I think you should really do this position. And I was appointed. And that's how I got a part of the chamber.
Wow, so you showed up. That's what, right? Right? Isn't it Talisha, isn't it Tony Harris who does the networking, right? What's the
Drastic.
saying?
That's what she said. Drastic intake. You have to show up to girl up to rise up. So she has that up.
Yep, yep. But it starts with showing up. That's it. That's how you make drastic change. Yeah. Wow, that's wonderful. So you mentioned all of the other organizations, and you know, and I'm gonna tell you right now, we've done a terrible job at 10K Project not taking advantage of all of the minority certifications. We've done an absolute terrible because we as minority as you get, right?
Yeah.
we check all the minority boxes, and we've done a terrible job taking advantage of those things. So when you look at a minority company, let's walk through exactly what they should have from a certification standpoint.
Oh, yes. So first and foremost, I start with the financials. Guys, 3 years of taxes. 3 years. At least 3 years. Understand what a profit and loss statement is. It's okay to have a bookkeeper and an accountant, they'll tell you, or your CPA, but it's kind of that's something that you should at least educate yourself on just a little bit. You don't have to know the ins and outs of it. That's why you hire us. But at least I just make sure that you're educated, that you know when you're doing a profit and loss sheet, you're in business. It's okay to report that you're in the red, but if you want them to give you a loan, they want to see that you're doing well. They want to see that you can file quarterly statements. You know, those are 941s. You file them quarterly. That's what those are, quarterly statements. And once you can have your financials in order, everything else just falls into place. When you're that minority company, make sure that you own most of it. You know, everybody will say, have your 49-51. No, have a 90-10 split. Have a 100 no split. It really matters to have ownership of your company. It does. So when competing and setting yourself up as these businesses or wanting to get certified, you want to make sure you even have a business license. That too. And insurance. Those basics right there, those four, that looks good on paper. Okay. Then they want to hear your proposal. Then they want to see what you're doing and how you can compete. They're ready to hear your pitch. But if you don't have those four components, they really don't want to see what you're bringing to the table. And those are the basic things that you should have.
Very, very good. How does the national chamber support the smaller local chambers? What's the relationship there?
What I love about the relationship there is really when you call them, they're going to answer. If you need something, they are the resource. And what they have is what I love about them, they are the one-stop shop resource. And it's all of us like in a conglomerate made up together. It's 16 of us, 16 chambers make up the National Black Chamber of Commerce, which I think is awesome.
Okay.
I'm just like, oh, look at that. I'm doing it. So, but they are a main resource, but whoever provides it the best is where they will designate. And what I like about Atlanta's chambers and what we have going on, different chambers serve different purposes. Like I network with the airport chamber. You know, they do a lot of business. If you want to start vending in airports, it's Hartsville. Come on now, that's the connection. I also work with the Atlanta Black Chamber. They're right there in Atlanta. Everything that goes on in Atlanta, they're going to get a piece of it. That's where the Rice Center is, the Russell Innovation Center. So everything is connected there. If you want to get in the know and network with the people who are movers and shakers, you go there. My chamber, we're known for being bridge builders. You're going to come here and we're going to get it done. We're going to see what you need, and then we're going to get you along that process. So then you can go out there and network and meet those right people. But we go ahead and see you through the process. And we tell people, if you want to join us, just be ready to do the work, because we do workable workshops, literally. So that's the difference. And if we need help from the National Chamber, we just tell them our proposal, what we're doing, and they send down the resources.
Very nice. Okay. So do all chambers across the country offer the same support? Because you repping Atlanta, and y'all special in Atlanta. First of all, Atlanta got more Black entrepreneurs than I have ever seen in my entire life, right? Y'all about your business, and most of you are all very, very successful. So Atlanta is special. What about the rest of the country? What are those chambers doing? Do you think that they offer the same type of support?
They do. All chambers have access to the exact same things. We have access to the exact same resources. So it doesn't matter if you had a chamber of 5 businesses versus a chamber with 700 businesses. That same chamber will have access to the same resources.
Very good. Okay.
How many does it cost to join? Does it cost to join the chamber? Like
always.
Okay,
always.
Okay.
And they're minimal fees. Honestly, I feel for what the chamber brings, I feel the fees are minimal, and it's based on the partnership that you want to join. Basic membership starts at $500. Next membership is usually $750, and then we have sponsorship memberships too. And it's how we represent you throughout our lunch and learns or our virtual meetings, or when we have conferences, you're able to be represented. The Black Business Conference, that conference that's held every year, 125th is coming up next year in Atlanta. We're a part of putting that on with the Black Business League, and the World Conference of Mayors, and the National Black Chamber of Commerce. That's a huge conference. We had 3,000 people here. 3,000 came in August from Africa, and we had the librarian president. We had a lot of things going on. We actually had commerce and business being made, contracts signed. So you're able to be a part of those things as a chamber. Your membership fees pay for that.
Okay. Very good. That's less than $50 a month. I mean, gosh, so you think about a business, that's pretty darn affordable based on and I know you haven't told us the exact, the full list of all the perks. Just what you shared with us, that is well worth.
And it's a business expense.
It's a business expense. That's right.
And you can write it off.
Right. How many businesses do we have with us today? Put a 1 in the chat if you are a business owner. So I can just see who we're talking to today. Okay, I see some of those 1s coming in. Crystal, are you also a chamber member in your local chamber? Yeah, like same, Crystal. All right, same. We got to get on this. Yeah. I need to do more as well and be a chamber. It's funny because I think I knew it was a resource. I don't think I knew how beneficial it really would be to my business. And so I love this education that we're getting here today, Kendra, because I think many of us will walk away thinking or realizing we need to prioritize that relationship building part of this, right? The networking that you talk about that goes into play here. It's one of those things I think we're plagued with, especially in this community. We like always feel like we got to go it alone, right? Like if you ain't hustling hard, then you're not doing it right. And that's what we've got to get away from, that foolishness, right? That somewhere along this journey we've learned that this really is about, success is about building relationships and tapping into those relationships, utilizing them, like Kendra said when we started out, and collaborating. 2024 for me has been a year of collaboration in many, many ways. And I can see the fruits of that really coming to play. I really, really can. We've got to stop looking at this as competition and really looking at the collaboration part of how we all interact with one another. And so I want that for all of us that are business owners, and even those who are not yet business, because there are some people who may be aspiring business owners. And even in just your personal life, collaboration is key, y'all. Like it really, really is. That's how people have done for centuries, right?
I mean, think of the Chamber of Commerce is just that. It's the collaboration center hub of your city. All of that. So it's meant to be. That's where you go to get all the resources. I remember like even early on, they were like, go visit your Chamber of Commerce. When you started, like, you know, they send you that little paper if you get your TIN number or something, they always say, and here's this little flyer and go to your Chamber of Commerce meeting because it's hosted. And you're like, oh, okay. And I just got a TIN, you know, I got my little EIN number. I'm just like, whatever. But they're encouraging you to encourage that interaction, because that's where the collaboration happens. If you don't know, there's people there to say, hey, this is what you need to do, or you can find your business, or, you know, collaboration partners, all that stuff happens there. You just, you know it, but you really don't know it, that it's really available for you.
Yeah. So that's the homework, right? For all of us who are business owners, we need to do some research on the chamber to make sure that we're benefiting from these resources, tapping into them so that we can elevate our businesses. Any questions for Kendra about the chamber? If not, I want to head over to She Is a Village. I want to talk about that for our last 30 minutes. Any questions about the chamber? Okay. She Is a Village. I love the very brief summary you gave, but I want to dig deeper in that, right? As I stated, I am a single mom. I always had a problem saying that term because my villages, they go hard. My village go hard for me. I'm telling you, my story was supposed to be something different. My village goes hard. My mother didn't play. My sister always had my back, and every other cousin, uncle, trust me, I was protected and covered. So I never felt like I was doing it alone, right? But I know so many people who have really done it alone. And so I love that you've created this to really touch those lives, right? In the most practical ways. I mean, you talked about taking people food. And because I follow you, right? I know you're not making this up, right? I follow what you guys are doing. Tell me about the not just the mission, but how you guys are actually executing this in real time, and where do you need help?
Yes. So how we are making this happen, and it's so funny because it's still back through collaboration. I am a part of a mastermind group, and in that mastermind group, it's many people, and it's many single women in that group as well. And what they offer are the services that I provide. Or if they offer product, we have events around what they offer. For instance, a lot of them own Pretty Girls Wax Parlor. She does waxing and facials and massages. And someone has a skincare line, you know, Bare Essentials. One girl makes aura cleansing salts. One lady does body contouring and also sound bowl meditations. All of these things are needed. All of them are needed. So I took it and was like, okay, what are we about to do with this? We can all collaborate. And that's what I did. I start building events or curating events around having them at their locations and selling their products and telling their stories and having these mindset resets. I had a 5-day mindset reset. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Wow.
I did it for myself to show myself that I could show up and do things, but it was bigger. It came out way bigger than I had expected. And I was noticing women just need a safe space to talk. And it's non-judgment and it's a free zone. We've all been through it. And we talk about that real stuff. We talk about operating in the red. People don't talk about that. But you have to operate in the red to finally get into the black. And we have to have those stories. You'll realize, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one going through this. There is a way through this. We always have a point we give up. But when you hear other stories, you're still empowered to keep going. So that village there is what's needed. So that's why I make sure I keep providing situations and experiences for women to show up and get that.
I love that. Gosh, that reminds me of, we're hosting this women's retreat. I'm calling it a women's retreat now because that's what it turned out to be, right? That's not how it started, but that's what it is. So I'm calling it what it is. It's a Black women's retreat, right? We're going to Marrakesh, Morocco for 6 days. And the goal is just to love on each other, right? I named it Ambition Meets Serenity because I thought we obviously we always trying to figure out how to get the bag, right? What you doing that I need to learn how to do? What am I doing that I need to teach you how to do so that we can be successful financially? But the other part of that is being successful mentally, right? Emotionally, right?
Yeah.
And that's the part of this retreat I'm most excited for, is that these women are going to be fed into in a way that they get to hang up the I'm a mommy hat, right? I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm an auntie, right? They get to hang that up. It's a moment, just a moment, right? Maybe not even all 6 days, because we know the family going to be able to get in contact with us, right? But even if just a moment, you get to hang up the labels and just exist in a space where you love on you and others are loving on you. That's my goal for this week that we're getting ready to venture upon. And the sisterhood component of it, right? I was blessed to have a sister. My circle of friends, very, very small. So I don't have a whole lot of people around me. So I'm excited also about the connection that I'm going to make with these 9 amazing women, right? Some that I know loosely, right? Some that I'm going to, at the end of this week, we're going to be BFF. Sorry, Talisha.
Yes. Wow, that is exciting.
We need that.
You do need it. You do. Through that 5-day mindset reset. That's what we got. Like we did exercises such as transformational language. When you change your language, you can change your mindset literally. In this specific words, just every day that you say to yourself, like, I need to do this or I have to do this. You can replace that with I get to do this or I'm blessed to do this. A whole different vibration and frequency behind that. The way you speak to yourself in the energy of these words. Like I have a whole worksheet on it. I'm literally about to make a journal because we really did exercises of breaking down limiting beliefs because it's a fear in people. It is something that is halting you that either came from your childhood or just a traumatic experience. And if we don't address these, we're not going to reach that level of success that we're desiring to reach. And I know that sounds basic, but it's so true.
It doesn't.
And when
it doesn't sound basic.
Those foundations, we got it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound basic at all. It's exactly where you have to start, right? One of the things we've got the women working on, I just sent them the email, is their money story, right? Because so often our money story is the cause of either our success or our lack thereof, right?
Yes.
Right? That trauma associated with money, the limiting beliefs associated with money, right?
Yes.
That feeling of lack or that I gotta hustle hard mentality. It all goes back to where the money story began. And so,
Yes.
this, I love it. I love the transformational language. I may need that workshop, girl, and the worksheet, because that is,
Yes.
I am big on saying words, and sometimes I hear them, and you have to
Mhm.
kind of, you check yourself in real time and say, oh, well, I didn't mean I can't, right? Right? I didn't mean that, because I
Absolutely.
know I can. Now, I may not want to right now, but I know I can, right? We have to check ourselves in real time to make sure we're feeding positivity into ourselves always.
Mhm.
I love that you're doing
Yes.
that work with the women. Wow.
You.
What
Yeah.
does She is the Village need?
She is the village means, and it stems from a woman is literally a village within herself. We are it. We are the village. So she is the village within herself and externally as well.
Very good. What do you guys need?
We honestly, this event, I really want to pull off this event, and we just need the donations to make this event go off. Meaning, I am still the venue, I got the down payment down, the deposit. I have the event planner. I just don't have funds to pay the people. And that's it. I have everybody in place to do what needs to be done at majorly discounted rates. I just don't
Nice.
have it. And that's it.
Right. So I'm learning. I may not be a lot of things, but I'm a fast learner. You don't have to tell me things twice. And my girl, T Shine, my BFF of all time, told me I got ask what I need, ask for what I need, and I gotta stop sugarcoating shit. That's what she told me, right?
Oh my.
So and I receive all of it, and I am learning and listening.
Yes.
How much do you need to pull this off? Because I also believe that you put it out there in the universe, right? Very clearly, and
It'll come.
you're gonna get back what you need. What do you need?
Absolutely.
Exactly. What do you need?
My budget is 5K. That's
Okay.
the budget.
Okay.
That is the budget to pull it off at a nice level.
Very good.
They go to that link? Do they go to the She Is Village link? Did I
She
put
is
it
the
in?
village.org.
Okay,
And
She
all
is
you
the
have to
village.
put is
it's in
donation,
there.
and you can put your
Yep.
amount that you like or pick a
Very good.
package.
Okay,
It's
so
Very
I
fine.
good.
I will make sure that in the replay, that link will go in there also, telling
Yeah.
you that's where they go
Yeah.
for the donations.
And Kendra, you're a member of the 10K. So you need to be
Yes,
talking about She is the Village in the Facebook group, right? So
I
that we can
do. And
approve
I
those
will.
posts. Yes. And so because that's the other place we need to make sure they know what you're doing. Atlanta is one of the top 3 of our biggest communities. So when you look at the 10K project community, Atlanta is actually, I think Atlanta is number 2. And so that means within the 10K project Facebook group, right? We've got Atlanta shows up. And so you need to be talking about the event there. People may be interested in joining. So then that's, maybe you got some early ticket price, whatever the case is, right? If you've got some pre-sale tickets people can buy, whatever, to help you get to this 5K. But we are in Atlanta heavy with the 10K project. Yeah.
Oh, good, good. Thank you for that. I will start just showing up more here too. Like I can show up more.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
love
just
that.
put that in there, and then we will do our best to continue that process. But that's to me is the where you need, again, to be, the collaboration happens in that group. That's why the group is there. So if you're not soliciting, you're just saying, this is what we're doing. This is the way. If you choose to donate, go in there and just, it's right here too. I put it in there. I'll put it in one more time.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And
There
that's
we go. Sorry.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
You're welcome. Any questions, community, for Kendra about She is the Village? I even love saying it. Like, it makes you smile when you say it. She is the village. It's so empowering.
I love it. It's a part of her email too. So when you put Kendra, she is the village. Like, it's cool when you watch, like you see it in the email. So like, it says it all.
I love it. Do you already have a grant writer to help get you some funding for future events?
I don't have my personal. I kind of partner with seasoned nonprofits who are already getting grants, and I partner with their grant writers.
Good. No, that's wonderful.
Collaboration.
That's it, right? That's the word for the day. Collaboration is key. What else?
Yeah.
What else do you guys want to know about She is the Village, other than how we can give back to it? How I would
Oh,
imagine any woman is
yeah.
able to be a part of it. Like there's no, you don't have to be approved to join. Like any woman in need can come and get and share in the services.
For right now, because I am just domestic, I have to be national to be able to expense funds out nationally, but I can accept funds from anywhere. I mean, of course, the goal
Okay.
is to go nationally, but I can only help businesses that are in Georgia. Because
Okay.
I'm based in Georgia. So yes. And also, I still can have vendors outside of Georgia as well. So if you are a vendor in an area of therapy, if you offer therapy services, let me know because my donations pay you to give the services. I make sure the money is still funneling too, because a lot of free things are given, but if we're going to make impact, we got to make the money at the end of the day.
Right.
So yes,
Right.
you can get paid for the services. I even have chefs that meal prep. Sometimes it's not just an Uber or DoorDash meal, like it's a meal prep meal for a couple days throughout the week. I have barbers that give haircuts, stylists who do hair, anything of
Wow.
that nature. I have people who give candles, massages. If you see yourself fitting in just giving back to a woman, reach out to me, or a single mom, just reach out to me and we can make a space for that.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need to do, Talisha and I have been talking about, how do we make our newsletter more impactful? And I just envisioned a newsletter just about She is a Village, like a more article, more highlight, not just here's the replay, right? I see I envision something more personal. And I don't know if that just hit my spirit because I was a single mom and this one just feels special, right? But I see more of a highlight newsletter, Talisha, where maybe we do, how you see them and they'll be kind of like the interview kind of aspect of it,
And
to
when we
really
I
get this out
everything
to our
in
entire mailing list.
to put it in there. I'll put that in. That's something for Easy Flow to kind of work with creating those a la carte, and like Miss Patrice said, a feature, just something that really
Yeah.
from her in a different way, because right now our newsletter is truly just our deal flow sheet. So we've been calling it something that it really isn't. So
Yeah.
when we get everything back into Easy Flow, this is what you can anticipate us seeing, is that some more information, particularly about our members and the group as a whole, you get to have that there as well. So hopefully we can get
Yeah. Even if we use AI, right? Because we're talking about all these tools we be talking to y'all about, we using them. Even if we use AI to take the audio from this replay and the questions and answers that we kind of interacted, right? And pull those out and make those kind of the interview, right? And then have the information about She is a Village. Listen, we got to use these tools, y'all. We got to stop. We got to use them. They here to help us.
Cut time in half.
Easily in half.
Cuts time in half.
Easily.
Yes.
Easily in half. I went to do something the other day, and because your instincts, kind of like when people first you started using Google, your instinct is to debate if something is factual or not. Now we'd be like, why are we playing? Just Google it, right? And so I was sitting here debating this for 10 minutes. Let's just Google it. Well, I was doing the same thing. I was trying to figure something out, and I was sitting here for the longest. And I think maybe like 30, 40 minutes had passed. And I was like just staring off into space trying to figure out what I was trying to do. And I was like, crazy girl, if you don't go to ChatGPT or Claude or one of the other million AI tools and get the answer to what you're trying to do. And Talisha was working, so I couldn't call her. Typically, I call her and be like, hey, I want to do such and such. How do I do it? Didn't bother her, right?
So many other things.
Can't bother her in the daytime.
You can text me. But it's just one of those things. Like I was telling her yesterday, like ChatGPT just came up with Canvas, which is just like maybe last week. Canvas allows you, instead of constantly trying to regenerate, you can now highlight what you want and change just that. Right?
Yeah.
You don't have to regenerate the whole thing. And then you, as you say,
the whole thing.
Yeah, it gets you to, and then you can change the stylize, you can change the tone, You could put it in a bullet points. You could say add hyperlink. You can do all of this stuff in the exact same chat. Like those are those kind of things where the tool itself is maturing, right?
Yeah.
And so you need to use the things as they are.
Yeah. Ms. Patrice has a question, Kendra. She says, curious, Kendra, has the city of Atlanta and or your Black Chamber contributed to support the event, monetary or in kind?
Yes. Yes, they have. They have brought tickets and they put the down payment down on my venue.
Mm, that's the kind of assistance she's talking about, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Because you can't have an event until you have an event space, right? It kind of,
Yes.
so you can have all the plans in the world, but until you actually get the place, nothing else
Oh.
falls into, nothing else matters, right? So
Oh.
they took care of the most important piece, really, securing the
Yes.
place. Wow. Okay, look at that. Not just talk. We are in real time. We circled back
It's
to
real time. Yes.
I love that. I
Yes.
absolutely love that. Great question, Patrice. Great question.
Yes. Yes.
What else are we missing? What else do you want us to know about She is the Village?
You know, other than I love to collaborate, like that's it. I really like to find other businesses out there that are doing things like MVS Moms, for instance. She has a mobile daycare because a lot of parents don't have babysitters for their children and they can't go out. They don't trust people to watch their children. So they have a mobile daycare trailer that can just be on site where they are. And the children are being, of course, entertained, and the adults are able to have the event that they're able to have. I want her at my event because the single moms can come. They can bring their kids. And so it's
Even thinking about
collaboration
these
like
different
that.
businesses, like that's brilliant. That's a brilliant business.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes. And I feel like my platform allows me to showcase these other women who are doing
Yeah.
things and have things to offer.
That is wonderful because what's going to happen is women will be inspired by the other things that they see as well, right? And these could be
Yes.
some of these businesses expanding to, different lines of business because now they say, wait a minute, I can add that service to my company, or I could,
Mhm.
or collaborations happen, right? And two
Yes.
people with similar ideas can start working together and building a business. The mobile businesses are really, I think since COVID, people have really embraced those. I've seen mobile barbers, I've seen mobile tattoo parlors, I've seen obviously the mobile pet, mobile car detailing where they come to you. I've seen that.
Yeah.
What else? What else have I seen? Mobile dentists, right? We invested in a mobile dentist company.
Yes, care
I have
mobile.
the mobile IV. You seen the mobile IVs?
I haven't.
I don't know why they do. Those two, the mobile drip, IV drip. That's what it's called.
IV drip.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you they hit the bar scene at about 4 in the morning. People need a little boost.
But I will say that daycare, I know for when Arena had her gym used to have events in there, they would always have to keep the children out of the gym who were not participants. They would always have that service. And it was like a horse trailer as big as, and
Yes.
they bring their own little like grass and a fence and they can play outside. It's like an amazing thing, but it's like a pop-up.
Even within the trailer, they'll set up kind of in a little
it's like a trailer. It's a trailer. And then they take this little, like they always set up in a parking lot somewhere. And so then they have like this grassy area, they put up little flowers and a fence, but inside the trailer is a whole like jungle gym of stuff in there. There's stuff in there to do. So
yeah,
that is
it's like a dark area. We can turn off the lights and it becomes glow in the dark. It's laid out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love everything about that because as a mom, especially I had a young son. I didn't trust nobody with my baby, right? I barely trusted with my baby now. He's 37, but I didn't go. I was one of those. Oh, I can't go, right? I was going to stay at home and watch him. Had I known he could come and be in the trailer and I could just go outside and check on him, that's what's up. That would have opened up a lot of
like the cameras in there so you can see them. Like
so you can see it.
You don't even have to leave there. You can stay in the venue and the camera shows you, and then you can talk to your kid. Like you can push the little button and it's like an intercom and you can say hi and they wave to you. It's really cute. It was very cool. That was the first time I saw it. And then I saw the party trailer. That was the video game, same concept. It's a video game trailer
Yes.
And they just go in there, and you can just rent the trailer, and it has all like stadium seating on one side and screens on the other side, and you just mobile gaming. Like, so it's a arcade on wheels.
Guys, if you're listening to this and you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, but you didn't know what to do or don't know what to do, these are some great ideas that are happening in other places. And so you may want to research. I would imagine there could be some certifications involved if you're watching people's children and all of that stuff. But I mean, even some of these other, the gaming, having a bunch of games, PlayStations up in the trailer wouldn't require any licensing. I would imagine, but these are some great, even side hustle weekend only opportunities if you wanted to start, right? Doesn't even have to be full blown, but we've got to figure out what we want to do and how we want to explore the rest of our days, right? And I know many of us have day jobs and love them, and some of us, looking for something else. Whatever your situation is, there are opportunities here. And maybe you don't want to run the business, right? Maybe you just want to fund the business and get some proceeds from the business. You got somebody else who's interested in playing with the kids all day, right? I just want to invest in the business. I don't want to run the business. But maybe there are opportunities out there for investments that you've not yet explored, and they could be right in your backyard. And so we've got to talk more about these opportunities. I had no idea that somebody was having daycare in the trailer and setting it up like that. But it's a brilliant idea, because instead of mom having to worry about where I'm leaving them, we're all going to the event together. That's brilliant. It's brilliant.
You eat, you feed them. They have the whole thing. At one point they had a puppy park come, so they had two different vendors. So the puppy park people came with the puppies for the kids, and so there was two. It was just a madhouse in the parking lot, but it kept them busy and out of the way, which was the purpose of the
purpose. All
Yeah.
right.
Let's see.
This is wonderful. Well, okay, let's wrap this up. Your local chamber, reach out to them tomorrow, look at their website. You're a business owner. You need to be a part of those organizations, because they are helping businesses excel. They're helping you meet the people that are waiting for you to collaborate with them. And there are resources that you didn't know, right? We out here fighting, trying to figure out how to get things done. That relationship could make it a lot easier for us. Next, sheisthevillage.org. Please go to the site. If your heart is inclined to make a donation, please do so. Kendra is feeding into single moms in a way that is allowing them to be good moms, right? And to be better people and better humans when they don't have the stress of having to try to figure out life, right? Some of the simplest things of life, having to figure those out. Life is better, right? Just taking away some stress, life is better. Adding in some self-care, life is better, right? Having someone feed into you emotionally, life is better, because as you get fed into, you can now feed into the little one in the way that you may not have been strong enough to do otherwise. And so what she's doing is providing care. She's providing care. And so, these are the women who are going to raise these children, the children who are going to be the future of this nation, right? And future wives and husbands themselves, right? And in order for mom to nurture and raise healthy adult children, she's got to be a healthy adult. And so that's what I hear Kendra saying she's doing. She's helping women, first of all, build relationships with other women in healthy ways, right? They're doing things together. They're not separating each other. They're not sitting somewhere jealous of each other. They're working together. Just from a woman's standpoint alone, that's phenomenal, right? If the business was called She Is a Bridge Builder with Women, that would have been amazing. But she's doing all of this together, right? Because we all we got sometimes, sis, right? We all we got sometimes. And so it is, I see so many layers to what it is you have built here. And so congratulations to you. Anyway, we can help you. Like I said, you were early in this 10K project journey with us. You need anything, any event, you need to be telling us about it so we can send it to the mailing list. And now that we got Easy Flow CMO, we can isolate the people who are in Georgia from the people who are not, and we can send it just to them. Now we're fancy, we got the technology to do all the things we
We
need to
could do it by
now.
zip code. We could tell you
We can
who
do it
by
by
where.
zip code, yep. Yep. Because we can do all the things now, girl. So do not hesitate
We're
to
getting
use us as
fancy
a
over here.
resource. Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
I'm
Ms.
laughing because I totally get it. I already know those systems. They are
When
amazing.
I tell you I am happy about Easy Flow CM, the fact that I can do some of the most simplest things
Yes,
that it was,
so
you know, when
quick.
we built this thing, and I'll say this kind of in closing, when we built the 10K project, we didn't really know what we were doing, right? So some of the tech stuff, it really should have been 3 steps and we had 33 instead, right? To get to the same end result, right? We built it in this roundabout way. And now when you look at it, it's like, why did we build it like that, right? Because that's all we knew 5 years ago. We knew the mission was clear, and we knew we needed to lean in on the mission. How we got to the mission, we didn't know all the easiest paths, right? And so when we're looking at this tech stack that we've built, right, and we got 17 things that we use to pull this thing off every day, it's ridiculous the manual labor that it takes to pull it off. And to find a Black who has built a system that allows us to now have more time back so we can live, take care of our own families, manage our other businesses, and still pull off all of this work in less steps and less time, man, Audrey don't have to pay for a day of marketing because I'm gonna scream this from the rooftop. I'm gonna scream it from the rooftop. It is a blessing. It is a blessing.
Yeah.
It is absolutely a
Yeah.
blessing.
Yeah, definitely, I would encourage you, if you haven't seen the replay, please go back and watch it because she goes through the entire system for you and you just get a nice view that she has laid it out, and all the thoughtfulness of it is amazing. It truly is a one-stop tool, and she's incorporating and growing with new technology. She's thought of the things because she is a marketer. That's her thing. So she knows what things to include. She's not, again, if you don't know where to begin, the system pretty much gives you that information for you. So it's I highly, highly recommend you kind of watch that one and reach out to her because she has some amazing, amazing referral bonuses and extra stuff that she gave to the 10K members just for signing up too. So highly encourage you to watch.
And Kendra, I can connect you guys because she, you know,
yes,
for your business
I already
owners,
need to
right?
connect with her.
For your business owners, small business owners, she needs to talk
Right.
to the community. She needs to talk to them. She can save them some more time, honey. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Good, absolutely.
Crystal,
Yeah.
it's on, the
please do.
replay is up, it's on our Facebook channel, but you can also find it in the Knowledge Center as well. But that one, we opened that one up for that purpose. We made sure that not only the 10K members, but anybody who was a small business, because that's how powerful it was, that she needs to just be seen by any and all who really want to take their business to the next level.
Yeah.
Sure thing. Thank you, ladies. I will reach out to her.
Yes.
I love
Look
you
at that.
Thank
Thank you so much for joining
so
us, my
much.
dear. Thank you so much. Let us know how we can help to the community. Thank you for spending another Monday with us. There is no pitch tomorrow. I've got a meeting I can't get out of, and so we didn't book anybody for this particular evening, but we do have someone scheduled for the 29th, and we're excited to present that business to you guys. So we'll see you back here next Monday and then next Tuesday. But tonight, go do something fun for yourself. Love on yourself a little bit. You love on us plenty, and so tomorrow night, love on yourself a little bit. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.